to do a tutorial on how I do my hair in that little 1950s updo that I had it in today. Y'all should be flattered because I did have my hair like that today, and I came home, brushed it all out, put it all back in curlers under a scarf so I could do this for you and y'all could see like all the steps. What you'll need are these little Conair curlers. They come, the bigger ones are pink and smaller ones in green. I have to use green ones in my bangs and other little parts because they're short, so I don't have as much hair. But they do give you tighter curls, so you might want to be aware of that, depending on what you want. If you want it to be like 1960s bombshell or like 1940s really, really tight, precise hair. Then you also need just like one of these soft bristle, like boar's hair brushes. They're soft. You can't really, you can use other brushes like with the plastic little things, but they're a little harsher on your hair and they comb out the curls rather than making them fluffier and fuller. They just straighten them. Then also, you know, like bunches of bobby pins. I found all the ones I'm using in this video I found on my carpet like 5 minutes ago. So most women have bobby pins, and then a hair tie, just a little one, because if you have long hair you're going to be like braiding underneath and wrapping it under, and you need to like be able to tie it and so you can pin it. Alright, so I put my hair up in a scarf because it looks kind of goofy without it, but here we go. So here's the goofy curlers in all their glory. You can see I just I do two on top, so my bangs will get like their own, like they'll go in this direction, so they like curl down like this instead of like that way, you know? I don't know. Then the rest are all done like curled down. There are some really good setting patterns for like pin curls, but there aren't very many for using curlers, so it's really hard for me to like sort of figure out what to do. Like sometimes I want to do the ones that like curl in, but I don't know how to do them. But anyways, I guess I should start taking my curlers out. They're a little wonky because I did have them curled before and I just like recurled them so they're not precisely the curls that they were before, and they're a little less curly than right after I did like, you know, the wet tip. Also, I left them in for a full 24 hours because I got up the other morning ready to do my hair all cute, and then I remembered I have a 0-hour class, so I didn't have time. You should probably brush them out, each one, as you go. It just helps keep it all organized and sort of you keep specific curls where they're supposed to go. I really don't need to at this point because they're already kind of like sloppy and loose. Sorry. I'm wearing a black shirt so you can't really see this, but my hair is pretty long. It's like to about here when it's just down straight. So this is pretty doable with most hair lengths, depending. If it's short, it's easier because then you actually don't have to tuck anything under. You just sort of curl it and it does what it's supposed to. But for longer hair, it can be a little more complicated and time consuming, especially, I mean, I have layers, which I'm trying to grow out, but they kind of make vintage hairstyles difficult, but they make my day-to-day life easier. So I haven't really decided how I feel about them. Sorry this is taking too long. I probably should have thought about this before I started. Well, after this video, I'm going to be doing one for the big bun that I usually do that's like sort of like faux beehive, I guess, in its size. I don't know, just a big bun. So I'll be getting to that. I just have to get through this one unless I die. Also, don't be scared if you're just kind of pulling out some hairs. with this because there's no way to get around that. That's just any time you do anything to your hair, you're going to damage it. Just having hair damages it. So don't worry too much if you pull out a bunch. And then I know girls who've had their curlers for so long that they're like disintegrating. Not their hair, the curlers. But don't be shy. Just kind of be gentle with the curls. Don't rip the curls out, but you don't have to be too gentle with your head unless you're really tender-headed. Then I get if you don't want to deal with the pain. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. Sorry. I'm not even good at explaining how to do hair when I'm like in person with someone, so it'll be a miracle if any of you guys can even use this in the end. But I don't have the time or patience to make a new one, so this is what you're stuck with. Okay. One more. So once you have them all out, you can brush them out. I guess I'll do that a little bit. Take out unless you do it with each specific curler, which is what you should do. But if you don't, just take curls, brush them out. Just do it like out and not, here, you can even see them now. There we go. Do them out and not like down, because you don't want your roots to lay flat, really. I mean, except for like right here, because that's the style. There you go. It's a little, you can see, it ends up, you can see my little blonde piece. Man, not my best. Well, those are pretty good. Those are pretty good curls. Okay. Then after this, girls with short hair, you're pretty much done. Like it'll look like that. You can pin these parts back. You can do little like victory rolls. Throw in some like little flowers and stuff. I know a lot of people like to do that. But girls with long hair, take the top section of your hair, like a good amount of it, but it doesn't really matter too much, and just kind of like hold that up there. You can grab your handy dandy hair tie, but you'll be using it in a second, so probably isn't even the best choice, but just hold that up. You can see like it's from like there up. It's not that much of it. Then take the back part and just braid it right here. I don't know how well you can see this. I can't even see it, but just braid it. It's curled, so it should be pretty simple. You don't even have to be that exact with it. Just get it so it's really like together. There's no part that's gonna really slip out. Then take that handy dandy hair tie from the top. You can just sort of let this fall and tie the bottom just so it holds well. There's not any particular like meaningful purpose to this. And once you do that, you want to, here, I probably need to put my hair up with something else, but, then you take that, you lift this up again, and you, like, bobby pin it, like, just close to your head, as close to your head as possible. I hope you can kind of see that. And just bobby pin it in place so it's tucked under. Again, you don't have to be that exact with it, just make sure it'll hold. Especially if you're gonna, it's not just for an event, if it's for a day, like, you want this under part to hold, because if not, it's gonna make your life so much more difficult. Then, you're left with this top layer, which doesn't seem that thick, but once you see how it lays, it's pretty okay. I should have done this during the day, using this lamp. It's not giving me a good color for my hair, but, so you just take it and just kind of like pin it under however you please. There's not like a really scientific purpose. Do you hear my swear. My chair is squeaking. Old rocking chair. You just pin it under as much as you would like. It's really up to your preference. Then just kind of like tug on it to get some of the curls back out, so it's at the length you want to. Then basically you're all set. You can't really see this side. This is not as curled as it was this morning. Then pull that back and just pin it over your ear. You know, usually it'll take a couple bobby pins, because I don't know about you, but my hair is heavy. Then you can do the same with the other side if you want, or you can just leave it down. It's nice. I have this nice curl, so I might just leave this down. And in the back, okay, it's hard to do this because I can't see the back of my head and I don't know what it looks like for you. But in the back, you can like bobby pin around the bottom, so it gives you that sort of like 1940s like curve bump at the bottom. You can also do that by curling it like with a rat roll, but that gives you like a fake little, you know. Or I usually end up putting a bow there because it hides any imperfections. Like you can see this part, it's not that curly just because I did this earlier today and I had to brush it out and make a new one. Or you just roll the sides, and so it's kind of hard to do, but you just sort of roll the sides, and no, there's no way to do this. I don't have enough curls out. But you kind of roll it, and then you pin those, and it gives you more of a like rounded look. But I think this video, let me just shine more light on that. You know, you can see that. This isn't my best, but it gives you a gist. There are other videos that are better, but yeah. It's kind of like a hit or miss too. Like it really depends on how like my hair sets with the curls differently depending on the time, how wet they are, how I sleep on them, if I sleep on them or not. So it just kind of depends on your hair's preference. Or if it's humid, like today it was really humid, so the curls kind of held better because they didn't dry out, but then also they got really frizzy, so like all of this was just like, but yeah, that's about it. Sorry, this is not my best, but I will be doing one for my bun. That'll be easier, that'll be quicker, it'll be like a 2-minute video, because that's why I do it, because it takes 2 minutes. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'm sorry, this was awful.